Hi customers, we're out here in Quincy, Illinois today. We got a repair call. We haven't wrote the estimate for this customer yet, so don't know if we're going to be able to do business or not, but we're just trying to show you the damage that could be caused by incorrect installation of drip edge. It's a very difficult material to work with at the eave. That you'll notice here, this is the drip edge. So this piece right here is the drip edge, this metal piece. This is got too many fingers here. So this is the drip edge, this is the fascia, and this is the gutter. And then you have the shingle, and there's a starter strip underneath there. So what's happening here, if you look and see, I don't know if it's hard to kind of get this angle, but you can see that it's really flat right here, and then the roof has slope going up. What's happening is this drip edge is a 90-degree material. So because it's a 90-degree material and it's going up against an area, right, the roof slope and then the fascia this isn't a 90-degree area, but they're trying to force the drip edge here. And what's happened on this particular drip edge is it wasn't bent in a break to receive this area better. So what's happening is, because it's loose, it's just the drip edge is flat and it's taking its normal shape and it's lifting the shingles up in this area. The shingles are overhung appropriately. But what's happening is when the water, and I'm going to show you here in a second, is coming over this edge, it has retention. It's pulling itself back towards it, and it's going down this drip edge and going onto the fascia. So rather than going into the gutter, it's getting behind the gutter. See that gap there? The gutter is installed fine. Maybe my preference would have been that it was installed a little higher, but still there's not really an issue with the gutter. But a lot of the issue could be resolved by installing a gutter apron. So a gutter apron versus a drip edge, a drip edge is installed at a 90-degree angle. Gutter apron doesn't have this lip here, so it can flare into the gutter better. And you keep the shingles overhung so it still doesn't have that retention. So on lower slope roofs, you're going to have more of this issue. On a steeper roof, you might not have this issue because of how fast the water's flowing down. But let me show you what's going on here so you can see it for yourself. So letting the water run. See how that water's pulling back on itself? And it's going right behind the gutter. So now look down here. It's all going behind the gutter. And it's because, see how it's running up against that drip edge? So, see how it's running on the drip edge and down behind the gutter? So, you see that? So what the solution that we're going to come up with this customer is, we're going to remove the first row of shingles around the perimeter of the house. This has happened all over the house. And we're going to remove it all the way around the perimeter. And then because the gutter is dropped down a little bit, we're going to do a custom bent gutter apron so we can custom fit it to this specific house. And we can get the gutter apron all the way down into the gutter. That's going to allow the shingles not to have water going up underneath of it, because who knows how much damage is being caused by how far the water. Let me see how I just ran that for a second. That water is all the way to the back of the drip edge now. So how far is it going back there? Is it behind the drip edge? Is it damaging the wood? This roof is only 8 years old. So there's still a lot of life left in the roof and in the shingles, but the eave is not functioning appropriately. So we're going to try to come up with this solution. So we're going to remove the first row of shingles and starter strip. We're going to bend a gutter apron and do a custom bent one so we can get the measurements precise to this house and actually drop it down to the gutter to allow that water to actually get in the gutter and not behind the fascia. It'll also protect the roof system because the water won't be getting up underneath the shingles at the eave. So that's why we choose to install gutter apron versus drip edge. Drip edge is code. So if you go and look and you have your contractor just installed your roof and you got drip edge on it, it's very prevalent in this area to install drip edge. The code calls for drip edge. But we just feel that it's a little bit better material Cost difference, there's really not that much difference in it. From our supplier, I can't speak for all suppliers, but from our supplier, they charge us the same for drip edge versus gutter apron, except for drip edge comes in a 12-foot stick and gutter apron comes in a 10-foot. So technically there's a little bit more material cost and there's a little bit more labor cost, right? Because you got to install more sticks of it. So, but we're talking pennies. We choose to install gutter apron to resolve and prevent the issue that you see here. So if this customer chooses to go with us and have us do this repair, we'll do another video showing how the water goes into the gutter and what the gutter apron looks like, and talk more at that video. So if you have any questions about drip edge versus gutter apron, what's right for your house, if you have an issue with water going behind your gutter, it's not that you have a leak on the roof, it could be a roof issue though. So you can give us a call. You can visit the link below and go through the contact us page or the free quote request, or you can give the office a call at 217-779-7663, and we'd be glad to talk to you about what your issue is. So thanks. Have a good day.